no, it will all stay. It just let's use the technology to improve our lives, not to replace our jobs. So I agree with all of you. Yes.
Thank you for this fruitful discussion. It was really interesting, and I would just, pass the word to Sergey and see you next time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
One question.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We're starting our startup pitch. You are, as investors, can see inside what's going on this huge amount of the people now, and we are starting. I want to see the Lisa. Lisa, turn on your camera. I don't see you within this amount of people. Yes, you are here, and words goes to your side. Just go to moderate. I will help you. Your mic is off. Turn it on.
Thank you. The magic of YouTube happened. Hello, everyone. I cannot see. Okay, now I see everyone. Beautiful. Welcome to the pitch session. Hope all of you have a nice time today. And well, today we are going to have 9 pitches from our startups devoted to innovations. And also, I hope we also have our jury today, which is Eva Andriash, Dmitry Kalugin, and Nick Mitushin. I hope you are here. I cannot see you yet. Yes, I can see you. And also Jesse from Golden Seeds, you're welcome. So we are going to have, as I said, 9 pitches, and each of you have 5 minutes. You're welcome to start. And the first pitch is ELM World, Patrick Krzyżanowski, if I pronounced your...
Good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Hey guys, please turn on mic on mute, please. And Lisa, maybe on your side, this telephone is working. I think yes. Okay, go ahead, Patrick.
All right. I hope you can hear me. So
yes, for sure.
I'd like to describe a bit about our project. It's innovative idea started in Poland, in Europe. That may be quite exotic country for most of us. I try to introduce our product. So, welcome. I will introduce you to innovative project on exceptional investment opportunity. Our project was designed to manage real estate. Eco-friendly settlements will be built and organic food farms will be developed, and everything with the highest care about surrounding environment. I wonder, I'd like to share my screen if possible.
Sure, you can share your screen, Patrick.
I try.
It's not working?
Okay, I can see now. That should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can see. All right. Great. As you see, our company ELM. So, ELM project combines modern blockchain technology with our economy. We promote a healthy lifestyle and broadly understood environmental protection and prove our philosophy by action. We use specifically designed ELM token on Neo blockchain and use it for all sorts of transactions regarding shares, investment, funds, and direct cash turnover. Where did the idea for the ecological settlements come from? Progressive degradation of the natural environment can be observed for many years, air pollution and food contamination, which in turn increases the morbidity rate. Decisive action must be taken. While in Poland, we are observing the development of the tourist and recreation industry, especially in the coastal region, where the climate is favorable to our health. What else speaks for choosing this location? Near the investment site, a motorway was created, important for road traffic in Pomerania. This stimulates the intensive development of business in the region, and as such, agricultural estates and building plots in the area are in the highest demand. So the idea of creating an eco-friendly village was born. Polish eco-village will prove that with effort and engagement of money, we can have big positive impact on global environment. Our apartments and houses will be made strictly of ecological materials. They are to be able all year round. They will also ensure constant access to healthy food. We will create new jobs and contribute to economic development in the region. Who is this offer for? We invite holidaymakers, vacationers, workshop organizers, investors, and potential buyers to the eco-village. However, the offer is really addressed to everyone who feels that they want live and stay in an environmentally friendly place, create an eco-community, and act for the common good. There is really no competition in the area. Several larger companies operating in the region offer detached houses and flats for sale. However, they have little in common with ecology and are promoting a healthy lifestyle. Our company wants to introduce innovation by building houses from natural materials that will be available to everyone throughout the year. So, at what stage is our project now? What we already have? We have part of land, almost 200 acres, to start with the project, and possibility of acquiring another 540 acres for future project development. We have construction projects for dome houses and preliminary agreements with farmers. With research of $40 million, around half will be used in construction and agricultural investments. The second part is divided on shares, sales, and brand promotion, and investor security deposits. Where does ELM project profits come from? Well, we sell off organic crops throughout the year, sell and rent eco-friendly properties, develop tourism and hospitality services, and organizing all sorts of events like sports events, business events, etc. What are our plans in the future? In the coming years, we plan to expand our business and international market. So we're looking forward to cooperate with farmers, food producers, and landowners overseas. It was about our team. Ella is the originator of the project, promoting a healthy lifestyle, founder of ELM World. Patrick, founder of ELM World, creator of the ELM token, Linux developer, mathematician, with many years of experience as an IT administrator. Martin is successor of landowners and contributes his own land, food farms manager, with many years of agricultural experience. Bartek, development director, is a born leader and an excellent planner and coordinator. Roland is an economist with many years of experience in the construction industry, possesses detailed knowledge of raw and building materials. So, thank you all for your attention, and we invite you to cooperation. Please visit our website at www.elm.world. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Patrick. I think we will move for Q&A session to the end. If you have questions now, please ask. We have.
You know, the best way to have a question to raise your hand. Here you have an opportunity, raise hand, and we let you speak.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a question. Yeah.
Yes.
What is your expected rate of investment, ROI, how much profit would you like just to get in a span of 5 years? Thank you.
Well, this is mid to longer term investment in the real land in Poland, in very highly sought and sought after area. We can predict the similar development of events as it happened in West Coast in Poland, close to German border. Now the same thing happens closing more to the east. What happened in the West, in the past few years, the land and the businesses increased the value of land and area about 10 times. So now it's an excellent opportunity to still get cheaper land than in the West and be part of this large development. And so this is mid to longer term investment. However, we have short-term profits as well. It comes from sales of crops from healthy food farms. Our goal is to boost ecological value, but it's more than that. We are to build distribution networks across the globe so we can deliver healthy food everywhere. And we want to promote healthy and ecological development and building ecological houses and especially dome houses. What is this involved with blockchain technology? We're using ELM token made on Net 5 standard on Neo blockchain. This token will be used in many ways. We'll use it to gather investor funds, to share profits, and to use it as a currency in our local stores. Is that the answer to your question?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. We move on to the next one. TryCrypto and Melissa and Roy are going, excuse me, Chase Chapman, I'm very sorry, Chase Chapman is going to talk about TryCrypto. Hello.
Yep, we are both here. Nick and I are actually both going to talk about it. So Nick will share his screen.
Hello, Nick.
Hello. All right. Hi, everyone. From Mountain View, California. We are TryCrypto, myself and Chase. We want to talk to you a little bit about the great blockchain divide. Today, blockchain technology is ushering in a whole new amazing world of decentralized trust and transparency. But if you're a non-technical user, you can't experience this world because the tools and apps for it are really hard to use. Our mission at TryCrypto is to make blockchain more accessible to mainstream users. We've got a fantastic team. We're very innovative. We are highly motivated. We are TryCrypto, and this is our story. I'll start with myself. I'm the co-founder and CEO, and I have learned from the school of hard knocks. One of my earlier startups was called .NET Nuke. It was the largest open source project in the Microsoft ecosystem that I co-founded. And there I learned a lot about how to build a massive worldwide developer ecosystem of hundreds of thousands of users. The company was venture funded and acquired in 2017. I also created a consumer blockchain product called Interface. And there I learned about the difficulties that ordinary people face when trying to handle crypto wallets and how difficult it was and the general friction that was there for both building and for using apps. Thirdly, I am the subject matter expert for a company called Udacity, which teaches developers blockchain content. And there I learned a lot about how to build blockchain content. My co-founder, Chase, and I met through a program at UC Berkeley called She 256, which connects mentors in blockchain with mentees. She was my mentee, and we found out very quickly that we had a shared desire to make blockchain easier for everyone. And that's where TryCrypto came into Genesis. The root problem we are solving is that developing user-friendly blockchain apps is very challenging for developers. The documentation is outdated, the concepts are complicated, and there's a lack of mature developer tools. And this results in a lot of friction for end users. Our solution is to make it very easy for developers to build blockchain apps that deliver fantastic user experiences. You can think of us as the Airtable for blockchain apps. Our stack, which we call the GIST stack, consists of 4 parts. dApp Starter, which is our flagship product, is a full stack blockchain app generator. It produces the full source code for an application, which the developer can then modify and make their own. dApp Connector is a bidirectional Oracle service for smart contracts. PhotoKey is a consumer authentication tool that makes it super simple to log into any blockchain using just a photo and 4 emojis. dApp Grader is a service that is the Google Analytics for dApps. If you think about the time it takes without dApp Starter to build a dApp, it's about 8 weeks by the time you start and you have something running. With dApp Starter, that can be compressed to as little as 3 weeks and sometimes even less than that. So I'll turn it over to Chase now to talk about our market opportunity.
So we're really excited about blockchain because it's growing very quickly. About 60% of CIOs are planning to deploy blockchain applications in the next 1 to 2 years. And so by 2023, we're expecting the market for blockchain development solutions and software to be around $2.2 billion. Now, the much larger industry, of course, is expected to be close to $16 billion, and that's actually encapsulating all blockchain spending. In terms of our go-to-market, we're really taking a sales funnel approach because we understand how important it is to get a developer ecosystem that absolutely loves our product. So we're co-marketing through a lot of different developer programs, which include blockchains and decentralized platforms in general that already have really strong communities. From there, we're then providing a lot of value to those developers by creating a lot of different content, newsletters, and videos that help them understand the blockchain development process and how they can use our products, which ultimately drives conversion, where they're using and creating blockchain applications with our products. So we've partnered with blockchains like Near and Harmony, and we're also in the programs for blockchains like Dapper, which is the creator of CryptoKitties. So they've just created a new blockchain called Flow, and Saya. So we're really involved in this ecosystem with some of the top players, and that's how we're going to market. We also did a really awesome initiative called Block COVID, which we partnered with the World Economic Forum to put on. So you should definitely check that out at blockcovid.org. So we're really trying to establish this ecosystem of developers who absolutely love our product. Ultimately, after we raise, our 18-month plan is to get a run rate of about 25,000 project downloads and about 500,000 in revenue. So we're doing this by onboarding new blockchains, providing new functionality to really ensure that developers have all of the tools they need to build amazing blockchain applications. So we're currently bootstrapped and self-funded, and we are raising $2 million in seed capital. So please, we are open to all questions. Our goal is really to build this next decentralized future. We believe that the amazing blockchain-based businesses that will come in the next 2 to 5 years will be built with our tools. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anik and Chase. Any questions?
Yeah, hi. So I just thank you, first of all, for your presentation. It was really good, and your partners already at this stage are quite amazing. My question is, could you please describe more details your target customer, because it was a little bit unclear. So who are you aiming?
Yeah, our target customer is a developer who is working at an enterprise or SME company, because right now it's early days in blockchain, and that's where a lot of the pilot projects are being created in these businesses. So that's the developer we are focused on targeting right now.
Okay, thank you.
I have to mention Dmitry is representing PieceX fund. Yes, so the next project we are going to see is PieceX by Marvin. Marvin, you are welcome.
Yes, hi. So I'm Marvin from Japan, currently stuck in Japan. So I would like to just start my screen sharing. And here we go. Okay. So We are at PieceX looking at the main problem that the tech industry is facing right now, which is basically the shortage in terms of software development, human resources, and the shortage that is estimated to be around 1 million into on jobs vacancy in the US alone. And we are trying to solve the problem where companies and startups that are looking to create new products or new services are basically facing the high cost and the long duration of the product development process. So we come up with a solution that is a marketplace utilizing AI to help companies to sell their source code and to buy source code that is that match perfectly with their need, with their projects. Our AI system works in a way that it does manage the pricing to keep it fair between both intervenants into the marketplace, and we are tuning that AI to help more and more the companies and the companies, all the single developers, to create products in a much faster way, in a much with less costs for starting a new project. So if we take the sample of a startup or a company that would like to create an Uber-like ecosystem for their delivery man and their restaurant, for example, that specific project, to build up the software, to build up the infrastructure, in terms of time and in terms of cost, it put in a barrier for any innovator that would like to enter that space, and we are trying to allow them to create that innovation, because not every innovation is not composed by 100% of new source code or 100% of new features. With redundant features and redundant source code modules, sharing those source code modules allow the productivity to go up much higher. So in terms of market size, the worldwide IT spending is around 3.4 trillion, with 426 spent only on software development and enterprise software. And we would like to initiate a new transaction-based way for the companies to create software. And our business plan is where companies or individuals can buy and sell, publish their source code, acquire more clients, and at PieceX we get a percentage on each transaction, and we keep in mind that a source code is evaluated by our AI system and priced by our AI system and could be sold multiple times. So in terms of traction, on the past 12 months, we have seen 36% on month-to-month growth in terms of users, in terms of download, also around that area, and for the value of the product value that get uploaded on PieceX, we actually have seen 320. More than 320% growth each month. We are right now at more than 12,000 users. Our team is pretty all over the world, so we would like to be able to talk with any company into into any place or any language. So we have built a very diversified team with almost all of them have a background into tech or software engineering. In terms of funding milestones, we are looking to raise $600,000 to be able to spend those for marketing and increasing our team. And what we are looking for our future is we are looking to make every project manager think about going to PieceX before starting their software development lifecycle. So thank you very much. I will be happy to answer your questions at Marwan at wanac.gp.
Thanks, Marvin. We may have some questions from our jury today.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone would like to ask questions?
Yes, I have a quick question. So it seems that you already have a good traction. I mean, the growth of traction. My question is, so you're raising $600,000, and I think 80% of this money you will spend on marketing and advertising. But you already shown like 30% month-to-month growth, and can you disclose how much have you already spent on marketing, and have you used like paid traffic to reach these goals that you already have?
Yeah, our paid traffic budget does not increase over 5% each month, mm-hmm. And it's not a constant increase. It increased by 5% this month, and it decreased by 3 to 4% next month. So we are not increasing. We are not increasing our marketing budget, but we are increasing our performance in terms of conversion and our performance in terms of contacting the doing the sales and contacting the companies, reaching out to the developers into different networks, talk to them about PieceX, and welcome them to our community.
Okay. And another quick question. So the figures that you presented, they're good, but actually they're not very informative. The question is, so you shown that you have, I think, 12,000 users and like downloads, but could you say, like, it's hard to understand what's for example, the total amount of transaction that was made through your platform, just to understand their metrics?
Yeah, so the total amount of transaction that is made is around 25,000, mm-hmm. And the more interesting number, because we started acquiring these sellers to be able to market their products, and that's the step one into our plan. So we started acquiring the individual sellers and and then moving to the higher tier with the companies and the more complex products. And in terms of the product value that have been listed so far is about $250,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and I see that I think every marketplace has like a chicken egg problem, and so you start from like which side? Which side you start first?
So we started with the sellers, because acquiring a high performance, high quality source code or software module is that achieve our barrier to enter the market, to be able to go on to market those products to different companies. So we had to find out a company that do sell a delivery system, a full delivery system for $30,000 US. So then we can go to different flower businesses, trying to sell them that piece of software.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marvin and Dmitry. We're going to the next project, which is Godspeed. Tristan, you're welcome on the stage.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I'll share the screen. Can you guys? Oh, okay. Okay. So my name is I'm Tristan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Godspeed. So we are a game company from Hong Kong. So basically, our project is to develop a game that is included game, interactive learning, and esports. So I'll introduce my company a little bit. So we formed it in 2016. We actually, most of our members, our group members worked in motorsport, real life motorsport for over 15 years. So basically, we are trying to bring the professional simulation technologies that we use in motorsport into the general public. So basically, we're creating a game, a car game, that people can play the game and then they can learn the physics about the cars, and then they can get interested into science. And because of the coronavirus, and everybody are going to play games at home. So, and we decided to create a hybrid product that is when people are playing, they're also learning, and they're also doing some, basically doing schoolwork can be. So we are there are some awards we want. So basically, we were the national nominee for WSA, and then we won the Hong Kong ICT Award, and then also some STEM award in Hong Kong. So, and then there are some example that we have been training some youngster with our game. So basically, we like 2 years ago, we trained a 16 years old. He was not legally to get a driver license in Hong Kong. So he played our simulations for 2 months, and then we sent him to put him in a real Formula car, and then he were able to get his racing license in 1 day. And then also some drivers who were playing our game, and then they successfully win in a real in an actual race. So, and we also do a lot of like esports tournaments in Hong Kong and competitions for a lot of the shopping malls. And then this is basically our work right now. So our teams, this is our team. So my partner, Jeffrey, he is a finance person. So he's the finance expert of the company. And then me, I have been in motorsport for almost 20 years. I started as a driver, and then I moved to coaching and engineering. And then now I'm trying to bring the technology to the general public. So, and then also we have a partner. She was also the first Formula driver from China. And then we have some very experienced race engineer as consultant to work with our game. So, and then we're trying to create a educational game. So when we look at the traditional STEM educations, it can be quite boring. It's not a lot of interactive. And then when you go to a lab, and then there are not enough lab tools to simulate complex physics, and then it's actually can be quite boring. So what we are trying to do is we are making a game that is people can, when they play the game, they can accurately simulate a real life scenario, like for example, they can like try to crash a car or maybe test the braking distance of the car. And then when they play the game, they are also learning. So this is like an example. So our target audience is because we look at gaming is a very huge market right now. So basically 1/3 of the population in the world, they are gamers. So if we trying to create a game and then put the educational features, engrave it into the software, so they can, when the people are playing, they can also be learning. So it's learn from play to learn. And then it's when they are playing the game, it's also they can learn the real science of the vehicle automobile technologies. And then this is what we have been already doing, and then it will be included into the software into the game. So we will offer some corporate training as a marketing to get the people interested into our game. And also the game would be, we would scout out some talents, and then there would be something for the people who actually get access to like young people, they want to, a lot of young people, they want to get into motorsport, but they have no way to, they don't have the connections, they don't have the knowledge. So that would be a stepping stone for them. And then also we have been already developing a game for since 2016. So basically we are trying to launch our game online, and we are aiming to get 1 million pay user by 2021, end of 2021. And then this is some of our project timeline. And then the markets, when we look at a racing game, so I think I'm not sure any of you play racing game, but it's a huge market. So, but a lot of them, they sell very well. So we are using this similar idea, but what we do is we combine it with educational features. So when they're playing the games, they're also learning. So when we look at comparing products, we look at, I know a lot of people like Initial D, Need for Speed, they play, but those games, they don't learn anything. So, but when we look at the realism of the game, if the game is close to realistic and then close to a simulation level, the lifespan is very long. So we look at, for example, like iRacing, it has been in the market for over 10 years and people are still playing it. And because of the coronavirus, a lot of sport league actually using this simulation to actually do races because they cannot do the real life event. So what we are doing is we are going to put also put the learning features inside game. So and then the game would be a subscription model. So basically we would be we would offer very cheap subscription for all the users. And then if we are aiming by our calculations, like if we achieve 1.4 million user, our revenue would be around 200 million Hong Kong dollars. So, and then also we are already planted, and then we are already started connecting with the schools in Hong Kong and then in the Asia region. So basically we are going to get the students to get the school to import it into the school as some of the as some activities for the students. So they can play, and then a lot of Asia schools are doing esports educations. So this would be we would first promote it to the school first. So and to actually get a rather big portions of the user first. And then this is our forecast. And then I think basically it's we are 1 month subscription of our game is actually 49 Hong Kong dollars. That's about like $7. So it's actually very cheap. So we are going to get everybody can be able to buy it. So actually we are looking for mass market. So we are currently raising 1 million US to finish the product. So the product has been working quite well, but we are trying to get a little bit more money to finish it to be a competitive product for the market. So basically the fundraising, we are spending over 50% of them into developing the game. And then others, some office charges, and then some rent, and then some promotions, and then also some administration expenses. And the game is, I'll recap a little bit. So our team, we have like 15 years of the experience working on the technologies. And then the game is already 70% completed. So what we are trying to do is the gaming features is all completed. And then we have been doing esports tournament in Hong Kong and in Taiwan and also Macau with it for 2 years. So basically, we are trying to use the development budget into adding the educational features into the game. So the game is already running very stable online, offline. So, and then also we have been already doing a lot of competition and live broadcasting. And then also we are very close to the user community. And then this is some of the partners we worked with before. So, and this is, I think it's a little bit short. So if anybody's interested, I would love to talk a lot more and give you guys a lot more details. Just feel free to ask. And this is my email.
Thanks, Tristan. I'm sorry, we have quite limited time. So I suggest to leave your questions to the end when we have enough time. So we move to the next one, which is PearlPay. Jarin, welcome.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So it's good morning here since it's actually 2 a.m. or almost 3 a.m. here in the Philippines. So I'm from the Philippines. Thank you, Lisa, for inviting me here. We are PearlPay. We started the company way back 2018 with a single vision of making financial services universally accessible. So today I'm going to share to you what we do, how we do it, and where we are right now. So just to give you a quick run through of what we are doing here in the Philippines, and the current state here in the Philippines is we have 110 million population here. Currently, we have 7,107 islands, so it's geographically challenged here in the Philippines. So connecting these areas is very difficult. So we are tapping on, or we are going into the unbanked market, which is around 67% here in the Philippines, approximately around 80 million, 70 million to 80 million people. In the Philippines, we have 577 unique banks. This is a very challenging here in the Philippines because these banks are not connected to each other. So unlike in other countries, here in the Philippines, you cannot send money across different banks. So let's say I'm a depositor of a bank A, I cannot deposit my money or send my money to bank B. So it's really fragmented, and that's why we are doing, that's why we're coming in. Out of that 577 banks, we are targeting the rural banks, or these are commonly known as the provincial banks. Out of these 450, 445 of them are not digital. So we created a suite of solutions that can help these banks to go digital, especially right now that with all the pandemic happening, these banks are really going into digital platforms. So these banks is a very high opportunity for us because they have more than 3,000 branches across those 7,000 islands. And as we all know, the Philippines has the greatest, one of the biggest numbers of overseas workers. And most of them are residing in these rural areas or the provinces. So out of that, I mean, all that rural banks, they have more than 10 million depositors with at least 20,000 peso or at least $400 deposit. And the number of total targeted is we have a potential market of at least 60 billion. And the remittance industry here in the Philippines is at least $30 billion as of the 2019 opportunity. Currently, there's a very high demand on fintech platforms. So a lot of players are coming in, different e-wallets, different fintech solutions. The government here also in the Philippines is pushing for digitalization. As of they are predicting that the Philippines is going digital at least 50% by 2023. And the market is really ripe here in the Philippines that the digital transaction is really going into. So this is our ecosystem. What we did, we first started with an e-wallet. I mean, we as a company, we started as an e-wallet company. And then we saw the opportunity with the rural banks or the unbanked sector or the non-digital banks. So that's why we created our own core banking. The core banking is the back end of the bank. And we have the agent banking, all the solutions. So these are our solution set. Now, what we are currently doing in the Philippines, we have around 200 banks. In Hong Kong, we are working with a lot of OFW market. We are working with the consulate in Hong Kong. We also have partner remittances in Hong Kong. Some of them are some of them are the biggest remittances in Hong Kong. We are also in Indonesia. We started marketing in Indonesia way back February before this pandemic. Currently, we have 252 banks in Indonesia. Where we are right now, so we are onboarding a lot of we are onboarding banks for the templates, and those 200 are on queue. In Hong Kong, again, major remittance partners. In Indonesia, we have signed. We are doing some pilot agreements already in Indonesia. We currently have a CEO in Indonesia. I will share to you later. Where we are going, Philippines, we want to go live this year, at least 20 banks. As a matter of fact, this pandemic, we onboarded at least few banks already. So we saw a huge demand during this time. Unlike before that we are going face-to-face with them. So now they're going to us doing some online meetings. So Hong Kong, we also want to have go live this year with Hong Kong. And Indonesia, we will start onboarding new pilots. So our major international partners are Plug and Play, AWS, and we're part of the Global E-Money Alliance. This will help us with our remittance. We are partnered with more than 100 different companies around the world. So currently, we already raised 200,000 way back 2018. At pre-Series A, we raised $2.4 million. So this is we value the company at $33 million. Currently, we are raising for the Series A round. The pre-Series A round, the money we have during the pre-Series A round is we still have it. We only touch at least around 20% of that. For the Series A round, we are currently raising for the $5 billion. This will help us boost our presence in Indonesia, Hong Kong, and as well as in the Philippines. We are also working with Singapore. And for the Series B, we estimate the date at least around 2022, and we want to have an IPO on 2025. So these are the executives. Most of us came from banking, engineering, IT, infrastructure, core banking. We also have security experts from UK. We also have lawyers here in the Philippines. And our country CEOs in Indonesia, we have the former deputy director of the central bank in Indonesia. And in Hong Kong, we have Andre Kwok, he's our CEO in Hong Kong. So that's it. That's what we do. And if you're interested in working with the Philippine market, we are very happy to speak to you and work with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jarin. Thank you so much. We have to move to the next one, which is ShipNext. And we are welcoming Alexander here. Alexander, are you here with us?
Yes, hi everyone. Sorry, I cannot share. Oh yeah, now I can. So yeah, once again, my name is Alexander Babarenko. I'm a founder and CEO of ShipNext. ShipNext is a shipping marketplace and a freight management platform. It's a solution which today already exists in or is used in over 100 countries. It has 3,200 and above clients, which use it on daily basis. And well, the market is big because shipping covers over 83% of international trade. So it's a backbone to supply chain. The problem we are solving is how to get your cargo shipped. So what is the best way of shipping my cargo, regardless of the shape, size, destination. The problem pops up every day. Every shipper, every marketplace, every producer faces a question of how best to ship a cargo. But the difficulty here is that today, 99% of international commerce in shipping and transportation is done by email. So whenever you want to ship your cargo, you start calling brokers, forwarders, sending requests by email, and then of course you have to do a lot of data search. So it creates a lot of mixed communication, fraud, losses as a result. So the losses are 65% of time is lost on emails. You tend to send emails, and then of course everybody down the chain sends emails. So 385, roughly 385 emails are passed back and forth before you finally find the best shipping solution. So it's a lot of inefficiency. Up to 3 days is lost on that. Our solution, however, is an algorithm. So we've spent 3 years building the algorithm, which uses natural language processing, machine learning, AI, and it connects different data sources, real-time data sources, emails, to actually instantly generate the best shipping solution. So no matter what cargo you want to ship, no matter what packing or shape or size it is, no matter what the destination is, you instantly receive the best shipping solution. The way it works is it's both an email app, email add-on, as well as a marketplace, kind of a trading desk, a kind of a booking.com for shipping, so to say, where you can instantly find the best shipping solution, see where the ship is, and generate your freight auction or freight negotiation from there. So we reduce the process to 10 seconds and to 1 email. So you send an email and you instantly receive an email back from ShipNext telling you what's the best way of shipping your cargo. So the process is very, very easy. We build API connectivity with different email software like Gmail, Outlook, Sedna, FrontApp. These are all the solutions that we already either built a solution for or signed an agreement. We then bring your data, all the different 85 and above data points to generate instant solutions, and then finally manage and track your cargo on the way. There is competition, of course, but none of them are based on an algorithm. So there are marketplaces. Some of them, like Freightos, is already valued above $150 million. But they're only container related. So your cargo has to be in a container. Whereas ShipNext is completely covers basically the whole scope of cargoes, including break bulk, dry bulk, wet bulk, heavy and oversized cargo. And as well, there are solutions for processing emails as such, but none of them actually processes, or offers you that opportunity that we do. Okay, so we of course today we charge. We are in the revenue phase, so we are in the late seed round. We charge subscription. So far, we charge subscription to both the use of the marketplace, but as well as email processing. Email processing is also a source of connectivity or data for us, so it's a way to scale. But interestingly, from 2021, because we are the only solution that instantly generates the freight. So think of Uber. Whenever you want to call an Uber car, you instantly get a freight index. So it's like a rough estimate or a exact estimate of how much you will end up paying. We offer the same, with the only difference that we do not yet give you the opportunity to book at that freight. And because we are now connecting all these thousands of users, we are planning to become the largest cargo aggregator by 2021. And that's when we will give you the opportunity to actually book online. So you will have an option. You either book at the freight you receive, or you wait till some owner or some broker or some carrier offers you a better rate. So we plan to generate about $400 million revenue in 2021. Today we have $170,000 revenue per year, because we are only based on subscription. We are raising $2 million. We have $1 million soft commitments from smaller investors based in Hong Kong and Singapore. We are looking for a lead investor. We have a $35,000 burn rate, but we are in the revenue phase. We have held only one. I mean, we have only one investor, one kind of partner who's based. It's a European Hong Kong based company based in Hong Kong, and we are also part of the Cyberport, which is an equity free innovation fund in Hong Kong. Well, economics, yeah, we have a low unit economics ratio, and this is basically because we are scaling and because we are algorithm based. This is a roadmap which I told you about. So we are launching a booking platform which will cover all, including container solutions, already in 2021. I repeat, containers is not yet added, but it will be added still this year. And finally, everybody asks us, so why is it that ShipNext is launched something that everybody else failed? The answer is simple. So I'm a founder of a shipping company as well. I've been in shipping for the last 20 years. Before starting ShipNext, I've exited and built and exited a successful shipping company. It still exists. It still operates from Canada, Germany, Italy, UAE, Cyprus, Ukraine, and Germany. Yeah, I think I said Germany already. And now we have ShipNext, which is basically a team of 22 people based in Hong Kong, myself in Belgium. We have software developers in Ukraine, including PhD and so forth. So we have a very, very high tech and experienced team. So thank you very much. I look forward to any questions you have, and we'll be happy to answer them.
I know Alexander has much more to say about this project, but yeah, thank you so much for your pitch today. Let's move to the next one, which is Rees, Melissa and Roy. Are you
Hello,
here?
thank you, Lisa.
Hello.
Hi. Melissa?
Yes, hello. You're welcome.
Hi, I'm here. Hi.
Melissa, hello. Yeah.
My name is Melissa, and I'm one of the founders. Roy is also one of the founders for Entertainment Group. We'd like to introduce you to our company. We are a digital entertainment provider with a proprietary online/offline game engagement platform that showcases games in competition mode while matching each competition sessions with prizes and rewards sponsored by brands to motivate players to play, compete, and win. So we started out the business as a games and esports marketing solutions company. So we saw a few pain points in the industry where first, it is quite costly to produce events. Therefore, there are lack of quality offline esports events to go to, especially in Hong Kong where we are based. For game publishers and developers, they're always looking for innovative ways to engage the players instead of the regular channels that they currently have. And then for the retail locations, They're constantly looking for
Excuse
space.
me, Melissa, can you rotate your screen maybe to make it bigger?
Maybe I share, Melissa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just for us to have.
Okay, it's okay?
Yeah, it's much better now. Thank you.
Thank you. Please continue.
The next page. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I was talking about the pain points of players and event organizers is too costly to have it very regularly. For game publishers, they're always looking for new engagement ways to get gamers to be excited about the new game or new launch. For retail locations, they're always looking for what are the contents that they can attract younger audience. And then for the brands and sponsor, they're looking for gamifying experiences that they can attract younger demographic as their consumers. Next page. So what we are providing here, our solution is a game engagement platform that we've built since last year. We are trying to match the needs of the game publishers and the gamers, whereas the game publishers, brands and retailers, they are always looking for more users, more customers, more traffic, more engagement and brand loyalty. And on the other hand, our players, our gamers, they're looking for entertainment, content, motivation, merchandises, and recognition. So what Rees does is we promote games as tournaments and competition. We promote the brands as rewards and prizes. And all this match on our automated platform where we can schedule events and competition 24/7, anytime, anywhere, so to speak. And also the platform is very scalable. So marketing campaigns can be done online and offline simultaneously. At the same time, at the end of every event, we are able to provide data analytics back to the businesses that we cater to. Next page. For the players, it's very easy. They just have to go through our app to choose and join the events or the competition and prizes that they're interested in. They can play online or check in offline at one of our partner locations to play and win. The winners of each game will either get a virtual item, physical item, or some tokens so that they can play for the next game. With this system that we have, we can also produce analytics for the businesses that are partnering with us. Next one. This is a snapshot of our app. It showcases the game, introduces the game, and we usually put it into a different game format and link it with an API to the game developers so that scores and results can be sent to us real time, and the prize distribution system can provide the prizes or tokens back to the players. Next. In terms of the business model, it is pretty straightforward. Anyone can sign up as Rees members for free. For competitions, they have to purchase crystals, usually $1 for a few crystal that you can play a few games. Our goal is to start in Hong Kong, where we're based, to get to 100,000 monthly active users. We've done our pilot last year, and we've learned that, and we'll be able to get to an average of a $5 spending per month from users. Imagine, sitting in a coffee shop, playing a game, paying probably $1 and maybe winning a coffee at the end of the game. So this is that a motivation that we're trying to bring into our players, and the brands are willing to come up with the marketing dollars to attract them to increase traffic. And then as for the game publisher, we are charging $1 in terms of the cost per engagement, as we are engaging the people online and offline to play with us. Next. So we have a very clear rollout strategy in terms of getting the membership base. We work closely with real estate and retail brands in Hong Kong. We've already have a commitment to bring our platform to more than 20 locations. We are also in talks with F&B brands to bring in Rees to attract more people to play and compete. So we have a very scalable platform. This platform can be easily replicated into different cities. All we need to do is very minimal localization adjustment, and then this can be copied to other cities in Southeast Asia, which is our targeted market. Next. Next page. So we see this as a huge opportunity in Southeast Asia, as Hong Kong is our first pilot city before we move to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. We are seeking for 2.5 million in funding to achieve the first 100,000 users in Hong Kong with a projected revenue of 7.2 million. We previously raised a seed round of $200,000. So now we're looking to do this mainly to do marketing, to introduce Rees to the gaming community in Hong Kong, as well as to strengthen our technologies to build the algorithm to have a stronger price distribution system. So with that, thank you very much, and I open up to any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Melissa. Thanks, Roy. We have very limited time, but we have 2 more projects. I suggest to move to the next one, which is Cooley. And Romit, I hear. I cannot see Romit here. Okay, let's move to the last one, which is ThreeFold. And Christoph,
yes,
you're welcome to the stage. Hello.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all. Can I present, or you guys will present for me? Or I can present, right?
You're welcome to share the screen and
cool.
Start. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. I will keep it very short because I know you're running out of time and you've already heard a lot. So I'm going to talk to you about a new internet we're building. And that probably sounds a little bit weird, but it's exactly what we are doing. So why are we building a new internet? Today, the internet is broken. Less than 20 companies in the world own more than 80% of the internet capacity. And this is not what we want. The internet used to be a very free place where lots of people just connected their cables, and that's how it worked. Now today, internet is using up to 10% of the world's electricity, and it's being built from these large, huge data centers like you see them. Now we've created technology which does not make it needed anymore to build these big data centers, because they say that they need more than 4,000 of those over the next couple of years, and this is not something we want in this world. So who are we? Where are we coming from? So I'm a nerd engineer. I'm coding since I'm 9. I've created a number of companies. And since the year 2000, we have created 6 companies which got an exit. We exited more than $500 million so far. And this was mainly around storage, cloud, automation. We sold, the last company was acquired by HGST in 2015. And this shows a little bit of our history and myself of the team. We're still working together with the team. I have my own incubator out of which we create these companies. Since 10 years, we're working on this project ThreeFold, which is about building this new capacity layer for the internet. It's about compute, storage, about, of course, networking. Already up till today, $40 million has been invested. This was the combination of people farming, we call it farming, so people connecting boxes to this network, to people investing in our company, my own investment, the incubator, and so on. We have a lot of capacity out there. Actually, these numbers are a little bit outdated. We have 90 million gigabyte out there, which is 90 petabytes, and we have 18,000 CPU cores. This makes this today the biggest edge cloud peer-to-peer network in the world, which you can use for a variety of workloads. Now, how does this network look like? There are three main things we are focused on. One is autonomy, other one is equality, and the other one is sustainability. It will sound a little bit unbelievable, but today we can prove to you that as an example for storage, we use 10 times less, we are 10 times more efficient. So we use 10 times less energy, and for certain workloads, even up to 1,000 times less energy. About equality, today more than half of the planet does not have equal access to education information and all of the things which we find very common in our daily life. This is something which we would like to fix. And autonomy, we're talking with some countries, we're talking with, of course, the individuals themselves. People want to have data sovereignty again, to have control over their own data, have the data close to where they are. So what is our plan? We are fundraising right now $20 million. We are today already in 21 countries. We have quite a lot of capacity. And our plan for 2020 till 2022 is basically adding 10 million users to our system to be on 10,000 locations and in 100 countries. That sounds ambitious, but we are very confident that we can achieve that. This system is inspired by nature. I'm a big believer in humanity and nature in general. And nature is the result of millions of years of evolution, right? So by looking at nature, we built a system, and it has two parts. I cannot go too much into detail, obviously, but we have the capacity part, which is like your body. And then we have this crystal twin part, which is your digital self. So basically, you get a digital avatar. It's not like blockchain. It's more intelligent than blockchain. And you have all these digital cells, which all talk to each other directly, and they live on this network of capacity of the three nodes, which is called the ThreeFold network. So that's in a nutshell how it works. I do realize it's very short, but it's just to give you a sort of idea. What can we do with this 20 million? 20 million is, of course, a lot of money, but we can have a really big impact with that. We can enable 10 million people with a new digital life and reimagine 80% of what you use today. Now, like I said, we already have a lot today, which we'd be more than happy to show you, but this would have a couple of very nice consequences. One is it's very good for humanity because you get your one digital identity, one app, which is all, it's a different model of that what we're used to. It's also very good for the planet because you will use 1,000 times less energy for basically providing this new digital experience. And it's good for the world. No more data centers are needed. You can put it in data centers. It's not like we're against data centers. Well, actually we are, but you can still put it in data centers if many people still do that. And it's also good for the investor, obviously, because we have a proven team. We act first and then we talk. We're now in a second generation product. We now start making noise to go outside and imagine that we just enable for $1 a month all of these people, what the consequence would be. Now, is this too ambitious? I'm sure some of you are now thinking, wait a minute, this sounds like too crazy to be true, right? I'm looking at your faces. I'm sure that some of you are thinking that right now. Well, we have already a lot done. It's not our first startup. This really comes from being a human. We want to help the planet first. And as such, it's also good for the investor. And we have a lot done. We have the capacity layer done. That Treebot is a digital twin is done. We have very nice partners out there, HPE and many others. They are distributing it in 110 countries. We have a Zoom alternative pretty much ready to go, Office alternative. So many things are happening. We're working with a 5G vendor today to have an alternative to it, which is less unhealthy. So there are lots of things happening. And basically to sort of mention like, look, this is a new system. It's a new way. It's not too ambitious. We are doing it actually. And it's about reinventing how the internet works. Like Albert Einstein said, but the same thing for Buckminster Fuller. We can't solve the problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. This is really us. It's like we need a new substrate of how the internet works. It's not blockchain. It's not a centralized system. It's something designed in a very different way, providing freedom for everyone who wants to have this and something which allows us to co-own this new internet. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions.
Thanks, Tristan. Christoph, sorry, that was pretty short, but covered a lot. Thank you.
You told us you were short in time, so I said, okay, let's hurry.
Yeah, so as our session is coming to the end, I would love to ask Nick, Jesse, and Dmitry, maybe they have any questions. You're welcome to ask the questions now. Also, you're welcome for any comments. Please, the stage is yours. No questions. Nick, no questions. Jesse, I can see that you may have.
Thank you so much. I like the project that guys from Palo Alto Chase is doing. It's good. So thank you so much for presenting your startups, and looking forward. Maybe we'll go on and continue the conversation. So thank you.
Thanks, Jesse. I've seen that you are going to say something.
Yes, thanks, Liza. I think great presentations from all the pitchers today, and thank you all for your participation. I had a particular question for TryCrypto earlier on that was developing blockchain technology for developers specifically. I think it's super interesting, but one thing that we've seen, and I used to work at Intercontinental Exchange, which is very invested in blockchain technology specifically for exchanges, but developing a path to go to market and finding your niche in a specific set of applications for an enterprise purpose. I think that's something a lot of blockchains firms struggle with. So I would love to hear more about your plans on where exactly are you planning on targeting your first go-to-market market segment? Because there's a lot of development use cases out there, but is there any one particular case that you think is really going to win and help you kind of build momentum much more quickly?
Yeah, we've really been working with and this is a recent thing that we've been doing, consulting firms, because they are finding a lot of those use cases and running a lot of those pilots. So a lot of that tends to be more of a supply chain angle. But what we're really excited about for the next probably 2 years is this concept of the passion economy, which Andreessen and Horowitz recently has been talking a lot about, from the perspective of how can we take content and really find ways to monetize it. So we're working with blockchains like Near, who are trying to hone in on that specific use case as well. So the hope there is we can enter something like supply chain with consulting companies that are already doing that, but we can also grow with blockchains like Near, since we already have great partnerships with them, to really zone in on that niche.
So does that mean not so much a B2B angle, but really go for kind of B2C applications where developers are developing something for consumers?
Yeah, potentially. And that's kind of something that we're very much working through now. We understand companies like Twilio have essentially had to build that really love for the product that developers have. And so for us, it's about building the developer ecosystem, whether that's B2B or B2C is something that, again, I think the whole industry is working on. But we're definitely trying to figure out if that B2C angle is interesting. And I think that's where we're seeing a lot of that potential.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jesse. Dmitry, maybe you can say something. I know you have many questions from time to time. No other questions?
No,
okay.
no, I think I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks all the participants. I was very glad to meet you, and hope we can continue with you. Hope to see you soon again. Thank you so much. And yeah, is Sergey here with us?
Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. I'm here. Our next speaker also here. Benjamin, nice to meet you here. Just give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to introduce you. Yes, Benjamin Tallinn is going to be, and topic will be about better change. How can technology and knowledge have an impact on the problems of the world? You are online. We are on air as well. The word goes to your side. You're welcome. Benjamin, please turn on your microphone.
So sorry, yeah, wrong screen. But thanks for the nice welcome here. I'm just trying also to share the screen so you can also see what I'm seeing. Otherwise, it's gonna get a little annoying for you not seeing the same.